October 29th, 2019. So here we are back in the greenhouse. It's that time of year. Time to get the Raspberry Pi back online and things up and functional. Started doing some diagnostics. I had sensor issues, ongoing, intermittent, strange issues at the end of the heating season last year, March, April, actually more April. So I traced them. I would replace sensors. They would work for a while, then they would crash. Addresses wouldn't show up correctly on the sensors. For those who aren't tuned into my channel, these are DS18B20 Dallas Instrument one-wire digital temperature sensors. Traced and diagnosed. I finally ended up hacking all the sensor wires apart and disconnecting everything and going one at a time. Came back in here in the fall, picking up from the spring, kind of left it over the summer. I was having some voltage issues, so I replaced the AGM battery because that was bulging. I mean, bulging. I will throw a clip of that in here. I'm not going to handle this too much, but hear how tense that is. So I think a valve failed on that. Anyway, wasn't holding voltage well throughout the night. Was basically crashing as a battery bank. So I was charging it again and I saw it bulging like that and thought, that doesn't look good. So I pulled it and I got an old marine battery that came from the same job I got the tractor near bees from. Thanks again, Joe. Appreciate that. So that's where we're at now. Okay, so long story short, I got the voltage issue sorted out. That basically was the battery. So replace the battery with this battery. This is basically the same battery capacity, just in a flooded lead-acid marine type battery rather than absorbed glass matte type battery. Anyway, it was free, so that was an easy switch up. This is the same one I was using over the summer to run the foliar pump for irrigating and that sort of stuff. So, solid battery thus far. Let's hope it holds. And we'll look at upgrading battery banks later on. Anyway, sorted the voltage issue, came back to the sensor issue, put two brand new sensors, ordered some new sensors again, and put two on here. Yoinkity yoinks to yoink, like that. And they're working okay. I'm fine. I come back 24 hours later. I look for the sensors with the list sys bus w1 devices command, and the addresses are all screwy. I'm like, here we go again. Meantime, over top of that, also there were voltage issues on the Raspberry Pi itself. I was getting the little upper right hand corner lightning bolt icon, which indicates low voltage. And so now I've got voltage power coming in. You see these two giant 10-AUG copper wires coming in right to the bus. And then we go out and we go to this, which I probably should upgrade to a little bit thicker wire, but these are actually decent and they're copper. Right into the Pi Easy Connect card. So I'm feeding power that way. So all I could think was maybe this Pi Easy Connect has some issues. We did take sort of not a direct lightning strike, but some static along with the lightning strike, I guess I would say, over the summer. It's possible it took a hit from that. It's also a high temperature, high humidity environment in here. So maybe we got some corrosion. So I plugged into a regular power adapter for the Pi direct into the USB port, and that seemed to cure the voltage issue. So I said, okay, so I took a piece of the end of one of those cables and stripped it out and basically piggybacked off of the Easy Connect where the power bus comes in, and piggybacked that over and ran it into that connector, so the Pi is getting power both from the bus through the GPIO header as well as through this extra jump over. So it's got two buses for power, so we don't have low voltage issues anymore on the Pi. And so of course that made me extremely strongly suspect the Pi Easy Connect is the issue. I could tear that apart and screw around with trying to trace the problem down on the board, but I just don't have a lot of time right now. So I ordered a new Pi Easy Connect. That should be here tomorrow, and I'll try replacing it, and we'll see if that fixes our sensor issues. Hopefully it will, because I want to get the data logger back online and get it wired up to the new stove and proceed forward. I've got lots of really cool upgrades, lots of really cool videos to do this year, but I need to get rocking and rolling. So I guess that's it for a quick update on the greenhouse Raspberry Pi for now. Hope you found this interesting. If you have any questions or comments, don't be afraid to do so down below. Thanks for watching the Pharmacy Seeds Network. Okay, here we are the next day. The new Pi Easy Connect came in. I installed the new resistors on this one, and I'm in the process of switching the wiring over from this one to this one, and then hopefully our sensors will work correctly and stop reporting weird errors. Alright, hang tight. It'll be a lot shorter for you than it will be for me.